I was going to try to pull this up on my computer as well. I can't ever see the chat, which kind of bothers me.
You just keep it muted. I mean, the chat's usually not nearly as active on this as it is on Fandom Empire Live, but it has been a little more active the last couple of weeks. But
yeah, I think last week we had like 10 or 12 different people commenting, so that was good. Like, I mean, I think the first show...
We are live.
Half that.
Oh, yes.
It is coming through.
We are live right now. That's fantastic, right? Okay, well, howdy. How's it going? And on that note... Everybody, how's it going? It's time for Fandom Empire's Imperial Remnant broadcast. I am one of your hosts, Sean. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your Tuesday. Few minutes? I highly doubt this is going to be a few minutes. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. The next hour or so out of your Tuesday night to sit down and talk some Star Wars with us. We're talking the Cassian series. We're talking what the hell's up with Ahsoka. Is she running her own Rancor fight club? Gamorrean fight club? I guess the Gamorrean one would make more sense since that's what we've seen in the trailer. Who knows? We're also going to talk about our top 5 droids in Star Wars, our first experience playing a Star Wars video game, and it's the Death Watch with Thaden and Tommy B as Quizmasters, a.k.a. that means that we're all fucked. Joining us this evening on this episode of the Imperial Remnant broadcast, it's none other than Kieran. What's happening, man?
Not too much. Things are getting really on track for me. Back to work, having fun, and ready to talk Star Wars.
I don't want to give away too much, especially personal information, but you work in the school system, don't you?
I do.
I'm
an educational assistant.
And I am a bus driver for a private school, and I really don't know how long things are going to remain normal for us if things keep up the way they are. So here's hoping for the best, though. And Tommy B, I know you're in the same boat, man. How you doing?
Hanging in there. You know, the days are... Well, the bus runs are very short, but that doesn't make the days any shorter. Just hanging in there, going with the times, and... information is always in flux, and there's little to be had. So you can just keep on keeping on, right?
Yeah, Adam Wren says he just can't get into Star Wars. Well, Adam, we're focusing on not the movies tonight, actually. Not the movies at all, really. If you want to just listen to 5 cool Canadian dudes talk some fandom, then this would be the show to listen to. But Tommy B, sadly, is not Canadian, no matter how much he wants to be right now. Also joining us on the show, it's the man with 10,000 excuses for why his fantasy football team might not win week to week. It's Johnny. What's happening, man?
Okay, bite me for one, all right, because I can't control the injury bug, all right? Otherwise, I'm 2-0 in redraft. Dynasty, however, well... Let's just say my team is more brightly shaped than the Cleveland Browns.
I'm not sure that's saying much.
Well, it's not meant to. I took the intentional strategy of suck, and it's paying off in spades since that was my plan. It just, well, I didn't expect to suck so bad.
Well, I mean,
I'm overachieving in that goal.
Brady won last week, and and the Titans are 2-0, ugly 2-0, but 2-0. So I'm happy. Also joining us this evening, he is one of the quizmasters. It's Thaden. What's happening, man?
Nothing much. I was kind of happy today. I got an Ewok in the mail. I thought it was canceled, but yeah. So that's always a good thing. Start any day. And yeah, I don't know. It's been a pretty regular week for me. Kind of busy, kind of chaotic because of school, but excited to talk about some Star Wars and hopefully make you guys mad about the questions and stuff.
Well, I'm sure that won't be hard. How does one get an Ewok in the mail?
A Black Series Ewok.
I see.
I was hoping no one would ask.
You just get a Warwick Davis mail, do you, or something? Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, that would be great.
Oh, man.
Dream come true.
Well, guys, right out of the gate. And Michael Q's in the house. Joy, how's it going, Michael? Right out of the gate, let's talk some Star Wars news. And there's two pieces of news to talk about tonight. And that is the first up, Tony, get this. Another director change for Star Wars. Although this one apparently cannot be blamed on behind-the-scenes drama, but rather COVID issues, and Tony doesn't want to travel to where they are filming the Cassian Andor series, so he will remain showrunner, even though he's not going to be anywhere near the set. Not sure how I feel about that. But yeah, Tony Gilroy is out of directing the first 3 episodes of the Cassian Andor series. I don't know if there's a whole lot to read into here. This is the biggest Star Wars news there is right now, other than the rumor we're going to talk about. I guess I'm happy that it's not behind-the-scenes drama again, because God knows there's plenty of that to go around for a lifetime. I don't know. Johnny, I'm going to go to you first, man. You and I have covered director changes galore with this franchise since we launched Star Wars Wastelands back in 2015. Is this sort of a good director change?
Well, it is for me personally because I'm a huge fan of who he's been replaced with.
Yeah, I figured you would be, which is why I went to you first.
You know, Toby Haynes, I mean, when I saw the name come across, I was like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? And it stuck with me until I hit up his profile and I saw, you know, that Doctor Who was one of the things he was cast with. So I'm like, okay, I guess I've seen it in there. And then I just scrolled through because I want to check and see. You know, he's directed 5 episodes of the series, and I wanted to see which ones they were, and goddamn if they weren't, you know, 4 of my favorite episodes of the entire series. So, you know, I was excited when I saw that, and then I saw, you know, that he also directed an episode of Sherlock, which happens to be my favorite of the entire series. So it's just, you know, it's adding and Black Mirror, and it's just, I'm totally for this because I love his body of work as a director. And that's something that Tony doesn't really have as much of. I mean, he's got 2 good movies to his credit, but I don't think he's ever done TV, and that is a different animal. You know, I mean, a lot of movie directors can translate to TV and it works great. But there are also just as many that try to make that switch and it doesn't work. So I don't really know how it would have worked in his favor or not, but you know, keeping him involved in the process and all that, I'm happy, you know, because it's the one thing this series doesn't need. I think if this series had gone through an ignominious breakup with Tony and Disney, then I think the series is at that rate just outright canceled.
And this one's already been delayed multiple times and not COVID related either.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, to say that 6 months ago when the series was announced as still being on, I was legitimately shocked. I think you were as well. Because it'd been so long since we'd heard anything about it other than, you know, fan speculation and rumors and, you know, people 10th powered removed who know nothing except the, you know, the director's assistants, cousins, nephews, brothers, half-sister type relationships. Nobody knew nothing about anything, and now here we are. We actually have, you know, quantifiable news of production and a director change that's amicable, and I'm all for it. You know, I'm actually more excited for this project now seeing that Toby's directing it than I was when it was Tony. But that's just from a personal standpoint. I prefer this director to the other one.
I got to be honest. I think Black Mirror sucks personally, but
you have to. It's polarizing. It's either something you love or something you hate. There really is no in between, at least as far as people I know.
I don't know if I hate it, but I'm definitely not mad on it either. I really didn't like it. So, Blood Red Sky says Disney needs to stop adding their touch. Doubt that's going to happen, my man. I doubt it, although I don't entirely disagree.
When you spend, no matter what it is, when you spend that much money on something, you're going to put your touch on it. It just, you have to. You're too financially invested, but that's an entirely different topic of conversation.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that, but we could do a whole episode on that, and maybe we will. Kieran, how do you feel about this, man? You on board with it? Does it really matter? Is it meh?
I mean, I like Black Mirror, but I'm not a Doctor Who fan, and I mean, I really don't know very much about the work, and I don't really judge a product until it comes out, like based on director changes and things like that. Like, I mean, it never really. I guess last week when we were talking about some of the issues with The Mandalorian season 2, that kind of like disheartened me. But like, I'm not going to judge it till it comes out, and I won't judge this till it comes out either. It doesn't really faze me too much, to be honest. I do like Black Mirror though. I think it's awesome. So I mean, I guess we disagree there.
All right. So you don't like Doctor Who, and Johnny would disagree with you, and you like Black Mirror when I disagree with you. So you're just pissing everybody off. Tommy, where are you with this, man?
I don't care.
I knew you were going to say something like that. Admit it.
Give a shit.
When you first read the headline without reading the details, were you worried, oh boy, here we go again, more behind-the-scenes drama, they can't figure their shit out?
Not really. I mean, you expect the unexpected. The unfortunate thing is this is the kind of shit you do fucking expect. So...
You're not wrong.
There's not much more to be said. There's not. I mean, nothing will ever get as worse as going back, reshooting a movie, paying for it twice. You can't get any worse than that. Oh God, I better shut up. It will.
I was going to say the movie that came out before that, but yeah. Speaking of that movie and the guy that loves that movie, Thaden, what do you think of this news?
I like it. I mean, I don't know much about the director who was replaced, but the one who's replacing him has worked on a bunch of stuff I really like. He worked on an episode of Black Mirror that I really like. I'm pretty sure it was the Star Trek one, which was pretty cool. And he did some Doctor Who, which it wasn't my favorite of the show or anything, but it was good. It was like I don't know, it definitely wasn't anything I disliked. It was still part of the show that I really did like. And yeah, I don't know. It's news that's like, okay, well, it's weird that they had to get a new director because the director wouldn't travel to the show, but it works out nicely. And that's pretty much all I think about it, I think.
Well, I suppose that wraps us up. And again, this will probably be a shorter episode. We have a lighter load tonight. Let's move on to the big rumor of the week. And that rumor is as follows. And Tommy and I talked a little bit about this. There's a rumor going out there right now, and it's rumor. It's not a spoiler. It could be considered a spoiler if it ends up being true, but right now it's just a rumor. That one of the reasons why Ahsoka is not necessarily present in some of the, like when it comes to the original trilogy and those things, is because, and more specifically where we are now with the timeline, is that she possibly has started her own order. I don't know if I'd call it a Jedi order, but her own order somewhere out in the unknown regions. Who knows if there's any validity to this rumor, but I like it. I like the idea that, remember, Ahsoka seen what was wrong with the Jedi in the end. she was victim of it, and I like the idea of her having her own order in her, I guess, view of thinking, her line of thinking, maybe things should be this way. I'm all for Ahsoka having her own order. What does everybody think of this rumor? I like it. I think it has a lot of potential, and it doesn't conflict with Luke or anything going on in known space. If these guys are out in the unknown regions, which you have to go searching with a roadmap, but if you pay attention to the beginning of The Rise of Skywalker or any of the expanded universe material that's Legends, it's not like the unknown regions is a place just like, oh, okay, I'm in the unknown regions and it's really easy to find everything now. No, it's basically kind of like a wormhole. And I like the idea. Kieran, I'm going to go to you first on this one, man. What do you think?
At first, at first thought, it sounds awesome because I love Jedi stuff, but I'm not as high on Ahsoka as most people are. I mean, I do like her. I'm definitely not anti-Ahsoka or anything like that, but I feel like it would have to have more of a connection to another character as well. I don't want to see just Ahsoka's order. If I don't know, it would have to have more to that than just she goes off and starts her own thing. I'm not really all that interested in it.
Alrighty, Thaden?
I think if it's in the unknown regions, I think it could happen. But if I wouldn't want it to touch the rest of the galaxy pretty much at all, because I feel like the Jedi should be gone for those movies, and it should just be the Jedi that we see in the movies. That's how I like it. I don't know. You can probably get away with not doing that, and it would be fine as long as you do it right. But yeah, I really like the idea of it being in the unknown regions, though, because it would solve that. And also the unknown regions are very cool. You get to see lots of new stuff, and when you see her, the last time we have seen her, she looks like she was on this grand journey, and she's back now. That's how it seems to me. So it would fit in with what we know about her, and I don't know, it could have implications we could find out about it in May.
Did I lose everybody? Nope, just Thaden.
Nope, I'm here.
I was like, oh, there goes my internet. All right, well, Tommy, since Thaden is frozen in carbonite, what are your thoughts on this rumor? I know you and I talked about it first.
Yeah.
I froze too.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll say that much.
Party pooper.
I dig the rumor. I think it would be cool. I think there's some potential, some stuff they could develop there. I am a little weary about having anything that, I guess, remains or anything involved with said order touching anything, current timeline, current canon, because it would have to disappear at some point or stay away. Maybe it could come in post First Order, whatever. And that's just assuming it's a big order, I guess. If I think of an Ahsoka Tano, quote unquote Jedi Order, I think of something that would quite possibly work different. It wouldn't be the Jedi orders that we know from the the Old Republic era, or the era of the Clone Wars and such. I think it would be something a lot looser, perhaps and I'm going to check this real quick. I believe it was the Altician Jedi Knights. Yes, it was, by Jedi Master Jyn Altis. I think they were a separate order. They were a splinter faction of the Jedi Order.
God,
they were
I hope
kind of
this
loose.
isn't the questions.
They were featured, albeit briefly, in the Karen Travis Republic Commando novels. I don't know if they were featured in the Legends universe beyond that. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
I would think an Ahsoka order would be very small, with a very select group of people, almost like a little cult. So
now, if you're thinking small, you're thinking, is this where you see Ezra Bridger ending up?
no, I think Ezra's story is aligned with Thrawn's. They seem to have a want to have those two characters together. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Maybe they end up, frenemies. Who knows? Time will tell. Johnny, where are you with this rumor, man?
I mean, it's a tough one to say, because on the one hand, it could very easily fall under that fan fiction category of, something a fan thought up and brought to fruition and, just kept expanding on it and making it a bigger and bigger thing until people started to pick up on it. That goes absolutely nowhere except literally fan fiction. But it's plausible to me, and that's a good thing, because the idea itself is plausible because it makes sense. You're exactly right. Ahsoka fits that perfect mold of, the character spurned by the Jedi Order as it was, and seeing the better ways that things could operate. And let's not forget, the quantifiable fact that she has access to, oh god, I can't even remember the name of it. The thing in Rebels, in the final season of Rebels, the hallway between times and eras.
Oh, well, I mean, they kind of quartered that off. I don't think she has access to it, but she knows
but
of it.
I'm saying she had access to
Yeah.
it. Like, she could see through the different windows into history and time, and that certainly gives her a much different image of the way things should be versus the way they are, which certainly would allow her to operate in the unknown regions in, a way to help the galaxy. And it's hard to quantify it because there's so much unknown about it. And of course, it's the unknown regions. Literally anything can happen out there. And that's the beauty of it. It's unknown. That's the thing when I talk to some fans, and I have in years past at conventions and what have you, where they describe the unknown regions as a place. Like, what do you? The unknown regions is not a place. It's literally the unknown. It's the world beyond maps. Anything could be out there. Literally anything. It's like the depths of the ocean.
And we know
no idea what's down there.
We know something's out there, and I mean in current canon.
Exactly.
Because even Sidious is scared of whatever's out there. And now we know that is not Snoke.
Man, you mean he's afraid of his evil clone puppet? My goodness. But
clone buddy that didn't work.
There could be literally anything out there. I think it does make sense. We know there's something out there that scares Palpatine. We know that for a fact. And something that scares Palpatine that hasn't taken over the entire galaxy has to be fighting something. There has to be something beating it back, something keeping it out there. Whatever that is, who knows? But could it be Ahsoka? And that's where the stories could very easily diverge and divest in a way that makes a lot of sense. If, assuming that, Ahsoka and, oh my God, I'm horrible with names tonight.
Ezra.
No, not
Sabine.
Not Ezra. Yes. I don't know what names tonight just are not coming to me. This bodes really well.
I was going to say, that's a great setup for the Death Watch.
We know that Ahsoka and Sabine come together in the Rebels finale, and they're going to go off and search for Ezra, right? So, I mean, if they come across this sort of idealized Jedi Order, I think Ahsoka could very easily fit into that and move into some sort of leadership-esque role, being someone who's seen everything she's seen. Having gone through that hallway between time and space is a valuable asset that could be used by whoever these, unknown Jedi are, or whatever they, they are. It's just, there's so much potential there that just is so much unknown because we literally know nothing out there. If they wanted to expound on the canon in such a way, it's the opportunity is there to do something groundbreaking. You know, they keep talking about making the galaxy bigger beyond the Skywalkers, and the unknown region is perfectly, it's right there, and you can do anything you want with it because it's unknown. You know, we know nothing out there beyond something scares Palpatine. Maybe tell that story, and it has the potential to just blow open the entire canon as it sits right now and make it this monolith of storytelling that Star Wars has never really had outside of the Legends canon.
Yeah, I mean,
which even then was still very Skywalker-esque.
We'll have to see what happens. I mean, the options are unlimited, but I just hope that whatever happens either stays out in the unknown regions or doesn't make itself known to known space until after the sequel trilogy.
I think you can have certain people intersect with knowledge of it, but I think that number needs to be kept very close, very tight, and you know, only a handful of people at most.
Sorry, multitasking my ass off as usual. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for Rumor Mill for this week. Let's move on to our top 5 countdown. And since not too worried about monetization on this show at the moment, let's play our old countdown clip if I can. Where is it? I don't know if I have it anymore. That sucks. I should be playing the boo sound effect right now. I'm dropping the ball.
It's the final countdown.
All right, so this week's top 5 countdown, as selected by the wonderful gents from Rogue Sons, a Star Wars podcast, are the top 5 Star Wars droids. The way this is going to work is we're going to go clockwise, starting with Johnny, making our way all the way around to Kieran, and we're going to give our 5, 4, and 3 all at once, and then we'll give our 2, and then we'll give our 1. Johnny, batting leadoff, man. Don't suck as bad as the Jays have been.
At least we're going to be in the playoffs.
Maybe.
Don't even, man. I need something to hang my hat on, and the Blue Jays being a playoff team is that at this point. Otherwise, we do really, really suck. All right. Starting off, number 5. I enjoy the character, Chopper. You know, he's fun. I like him. Number 4, get out your hatchets. Get out your pitchforks and your torches. Number 4 is R2. You know, I love him, but I don't love him enough to put him on the podium. Number 3, this droid wormed her way into my heart in one appearance and several others to a certain degree. L3. You know, I love that sassy bitch.
All right, Thaden.
So, my top 3, I'm realizing, they're kind of just random droids. Well, it's in order, but it's not specific ones necessarily, or 2 of them. So my 5th is BB-9E, which is the evil BB droid that's in The Last Jedi a little bit, and there's one in the Resistance show. I just really like how they look, and I like the idea that the E stands for evil. And yeah, they're funny little evil-looking BB droids.
The little black astromech?
It's the one that, the black BB style astromech. Yeah.
I got one of them sitting over there.
I got a tiny one too. He's great. So yeah, that's partly why too. Also, next, my number 4 is any Gonk droid. I absolutely love Gonk droids. They're really stupid looking. They don't do much of anything except explode in some miniatures games and walk really slowly and say Gonk. but I find that hilarious. And me and Kieran have also always had the idea of dressing me in 2 recycling bins and painting it black, and then I would be a gonk droid for like Fan Expo or something. So yeah, that's that one. These next ones are real ones, but I'll just do my third for now. My third one is AP5 from Rebels. He's the C-3PO looking one with the bug eyes from Rebels. He's hilarious. I find him really funny because he's just like sick of everything all the time, which is a lot of droids, I guess, but I find him extra funny. And there's a part which is like the funniest part in Star Wars to me, when he like goes flying out of the back of the Ghost and he starts like singing, and it starts like a musical, and then they come pick him up and he's incredibly sad. So yeah, I find him hilarious. He's my third.
Tommy, give us your 543.
I put BB-8 as my number 5. For my number 4, I came in at HK-47. And my number 3, I came in at Chopper.
All right. Wow. HK at 4.
That's offensive to me.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm offended. That's offensive.
It's almost as bad as having R2-D2 at 4. So I just, wow. I mean, hey, our personal list, so everything's subjective. Coming in at number 5.
I can't be offended. It's just what I do with that offense.
Well, what killed me is the fact that you have L3 above R2. Good God. Oh my God! Excuse me while I beat my head against my desk.
I have a love-hate relationship with R2. I always have. There's something always bugged me about him. I don't know.
Because he's a star in the prequels. He's too much like you.
It's the smugness. I don't like smug
droids. See where he is on my list.
I don't like smugness in my droids.
Number 5 for me is K2SO. Number 4 for me is C-3PO. Yeah, he's really annoying, but I mean, anytime you get 3PO and Han together, it's gold. Like, let's be honest. Take 3PO out of the original trilogy, and you lose a lot of Han's material. He doesn't get enough credit for how much he sets up Han in the original trilogy. And it's like almost all the time, especially in Empire Strikes Back. I have 3PO at 3. And I have 3PO at 4, and I have Proxy at 3. Loved Proxy from the Force Unleashed games. Basically, everything and anything you can want in a droid. Turn into this guy. Done. And just his comedicness with Starkiller and wanting to kill him, and loved Proxy. Kieran?
Actually, I was going to put Proxy in mine as well, but I don't remember the game well enough to reminisce about it. Anyways, I have C-3PO as my number 5, and it's pretty much the same reason that you were saying. I think when I think about how much I like R2, I actually kind of think C-3PO is more the reason for that than R2 is when they're talking together. Like, R2 doesn't really say the jokes or do this or do that. It's C-3PO's reaction to what R2 says, and hitting him on the head and saying like, "Oh, it's the message that you have in your rusty gizzards," and just like a lot of the things that he says are hilarious. I love in The Force Awakens when he steps in front of the view and says, "Oh, do you know who it is? Did you see who was here?" And that part's hilarious. And, it says like, "Oh, you probably didn't notice because I have a red arm now." And Han's just like...
They don't even bother with an exchange between them. It's just... at this point, Han's just like, oh my God, whatever.
Yeah, after that, he's just kind of like, yeah. So I honestly think that, as much as people are annoyed with C-3PO, he creates a lot. Number 4, I have IG-11 from The Mandalorian. And a lot of it is just watching him like do the cowboy stuff and swing his arm around and shoot up. And if you watch any of the action scenes, they're amazing, and they're like a Western scene fast forward. And obviously the character goes from being an evil character you don't care about when it's gone. You're like, yeah, well, that was really cool, but it's gone, to being the nanny bot type thing. And yeah, I don't know. I thought that worked really well. I loved it. And then I felt sad when IG-11 met his end. And number 3, I have Chopper as well. And Chopper is one of the only astromech droids who speaks like that, who you can actually tell almost all the time what he's actually saying, which I think is amazing. And they do a really good job with the, I don't know, I guess I don't know. You can pretty much always tell what he's saying. It's not like when someone's talking to R2 and you only know based on, what the character says. Like, they have to kind of repeat backwards what the character said. Said, that's right, we are going to Dagobah, or, and you only understand because of what the other character says. Chopper, you don't even need to hear a character talk about it. And like spinning his arms around and slapping people and all sorts of things. He's got an attitude. It's great. So he's my number 3.
All right, Johnny, give us your number 2 and number 1, man.
All right, my number 2. Well, he doesn't like the odds of being this high on any of your guys' lists. K2SO. It was the shining light in an otherwise dull film, which probably endears him more higher to me, because he was that, he was funny. There's very little things he said and did that weren't funny to me. Just the little moments, the little quips, the little humor, and certainly doesn't hurt that it was Alan Tudyk. And number 1, it's come on. I don't really need to explain anything other than say HK-47. Meatbag.
I'm glad you have HK-47.
How could I not?
Solid Saturn says, why is there a Halloween and Michael Myers hashtag in the title? There shouldn't be. Interesting.
It's in the description, not the title.
Yeah. Still though,
right?
That shouldn't be there. Yeah. No. YouTube's been finicky, man. We just did a Patreon stream, which is obviously unlisted and only for Patreon supporters. And YouTube has given them issues too. I know for a fact too that for a couple of weeks now, people that watch on mobile have been having issues with live streams. So YouTube's kind of everywhere, man. Apologies for that, but hey, you can talk Star Wars with us. Quickly here before we get to Thaden's 2 and 1. Frank Riker says hopeful that Boba Fett is utilized for more than just cameos. I think that's a given. It's gonna happen. But I think I really do think Timothy Oliphant is going to be more the focus in his character, Cobb Vanth, than say Boba Fett. Which, I mean, sign me up for Timothy Oliphant in Boba Fett's armor. Man, I'm getting ooh. And Frank Riker said, could this be Pedro's last season, given the rumors of his on-set discretions? I don't know how any of that's playing out right now. It could be. Who knows? Like we were talking about earlier, Star Wars and behind-the-scenes drama never seems to end. Thaden, give us your 2 and 1, man.
So, shout out to Chopper, who I just ousted from the list because I somehow forgot my favorite droid because he's not in a lot of stuff. So, yeah, Chopper's great. My number 2 is HK-47. He's great. Yeah, I don't think he needs much explanation. Murder bots are hilarious, especially when they're in a situation like that where they kind of can't kill you, but they clearly really want to. At least with one of the characters you play as with him. My favorite is 000 from Dr. Aphra. And he's basically, he looks exactly like C-3PO, except black, and he has red eyes. He's a crazy murder bot with torture devices in his hands, and he loves to drain people's blood and torture them, and they play it up for a lot of laughs, and it's surprisingly funny for me. every time. It's the same murder bot thing, except there's probably just more of it. So I like it more than with HK-47. And I imagine him with a funny voice, so that helps. But yeah, that's all for me.
Tommy, who you got, man? Who you got?
Nobody surprising. I gotta tell you, I'm very surprised how this played out. Now I wish I did my list.
You didn't do a list? Oh, I think Tommy's internet might be going on him again.
If I did, I probably would have had K2SO on there and IG88 maybe. But yeah, that's the direction I went with this. I guess it's kind of plain vanilla, but I find it very difficult to kick out C-3PO and R2-D2 out of the equation. Not only were they instrumental with, we could say all three trilogies, maybe the sequel trilogy to a lesser extent, but to what we knew as droids in the Star Wars universe, period for, I would say for a very long time, but period. So that's what I did for that.
All right. I only caught about half of that because of the breaking out. So, I guess we will keep moving on. My number 2, I need to look back at my list. I think it's R2. Yes, my number 2 is R2, which means it's a given who my number 1 is, because you guys are all meatbags. It's HK-47. How can it be anybody else? Like, I know everyone's like, oh, look how cool L3 is, and oh, look at how cool K2 is. It's like, yeah, HK was doing that almost 20 years earlier, so, get out of here with that nonsense. Kieran?
I guess I'm going to disappoint everyone again. I have BB-8 as my number 2. I mean, I guess there's not really much of a need, to describe it, but, him throwing up the lighter is a thumbs up, and, I like the sequel trilogy. It's not my favorite, but I like it. He's awesome. And my number 1 is K2SO.
Okay.
K2SO is I really like that movie as well, so I don't know. I like Rogue One. But yeah, I all of his lines hit really well for me. And I know Thaden was telling me not too long ago, the part where he slaps Cassian. If you look really closely, Cassian's laughing because Alan Tudyk actually just wasn't in the script. He just slapped them anyways. And so Cassian or Diego Luna kind of broke character for a second there, and you can see it on camera for a little bit, but yeah. And the line where he says, I'll support you because Cassian says I have to. It's it's a great line. And I don't know, I love the voice that he did for it. It's not he definitely, Alan Tudyk definitely did a good, he didn't just do his own voice. He did a modified voice for a droid, which I thought was great. And yeah, I don't know. He's my favorite.
Nice.
Which means no HK.
Not nice. Not nice at all. Gonna have to lay the smackdown
Actually,
on you.
I do want to give a shout out as well. I tried to fit him into my list, but he's not as epic. I love the I love the droid who you meet on Return of the Jedi when he's basically hiring C-3PO and R2-D2. And telling
the one who hires people to torture gonks.
Yeah, and he's got the little flap for a mouth.
Yeah.
I love the voice on that droid, and I don't know, I thought that droid was really cool design.
Of course, you and your Return of the Jedi. Thaden, what was the little piece of info you had?
Yeah, so in the comics, you can read the thumbs up from BB-8. There's one part they joke about it, and you can do it in the movie too as a middle finger, which I find much funnier. he does it in the comics, and they like kind of wonder about it. So that was it. It was just a stupid little thing.
All right, let's keep this ball rolling. It's almost time for the Death Watch, but before we do, we're gonna briefly here say what our first Star Wars game we ever played was, and give a very brief description of what it was like to play that game for the first time. But the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna go around the table and try to guess what the first Star Wars game each of you played was, and if I get it right, cool, and if I don't, then you just tell us what it was. And I'm going to start with Kieran, and I'm going to guess, sir, that it was Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo.
I did not play that game until I had an emulator on my computer, so I think I knew of its existence, but I don't know. I wasn't interested in playing it. The first Star Wars game I actually played was Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, nice.
My best friend, Andy, who is a massive Star Wars fan, still to this day, he got Shadows of the Empire and the 64 for Christmas. And we were over at his house playing it for a couple of months at least. Like we beat it, and we beat it on all the difficulties, and we would just take turns playing the levels. And I would play the space battle levels and the speeder bike level over and over again. Like, I was not really interested in being Dash Rendar. I mean, I guess he's driving the Outrider, but I was interested in just like flying, and that started love of flying games for me, which is awesome. And just talking about it right now makes me like super excited for Squadrons. I know you guys talked about Squadrons before, and maybe not so excited about it, but I am absolutely like, I'm waiting every minute for Squadrons to come out. And that started because of Shadows of the Empire and the space battle.
I'll wait and see how it is. I might eventually cave to get it, but I haven't been overly thrilled with what I've seen so far, and a brief little cinematic doesn't do anything to make me want to play the game anymore, since it's exactly that, a cinematic that has nothing to do with the actual gameplay. That said, though, I love Star Wars, ship games and fighter games, and I just question if there's been a good one in a long time. Maybe Squadrons will be it. Johnny, I'm going to give you a guess now, dude. I am guessing, I probably should, I'm going to go Super Empire Strikes Back.
Wrong.
What was it?
It was Super Star Wars.
Oh, I got burnt. I was going to say the same one again, but
it sticks in my head because that fucking land speeder. Oh, I hated it. I hated it so damn much. It
going up against the walkers.
It just annoyed the crap out of me. Yeah. I mean, I was like 6 or 7 at the time, so probably not even. Actually, I might have even been 5. But yeah, that was the first one I played.
Alrighty, Thaden, I'm not sure how old you are, man, so I don't even know where to guess here, but if Kieran...
I was born in 99, I'll give you that.
Oh, wow, so Kieran's got quite a bit on you then. Man, 99. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Star Wars Battlefront.
Correct, you did it.
Oh, look at that! Look at that. Did you see Tommy completely shoot up there? It's like, oh shit, he got it.
That game is awesome. I still love it so much.
I can't believe that was the first Star Wars game you ever played.
Yeah, it's great. It's like one of the first games I ever played. First one I remember playing, at least. I used to fly around, and I would play instant action with my friend, and we would just do random stuff, find like dumb jokes to make out of it. I would try to fly the snow speeders and damage it enough so it was on fire because it looked cooler when it was on fire and stuff like that. It was great. I know a lot of things about that game, at least the instant action now. So yeah.
All right, Tommy B. I'm gonna go ahead and guess. What year were you born again? 94? 94. All right. So I'm shot in the dark here, man. I'm going the Phantom Menace.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever played it.
Oh, God. I love that game.
I have to tell you, I have to make a confession here. I'm split between two games. Because I
the only one you played first.
I was probably 4 or 5. It was either Episode 1 Racer for the N64 or the Trilogy arcade game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that counts. That's something you play in a movie theater or something.
That's a freaking good game. I was just Googling it real quick. So is there a way I could play this game legally at home in a good way? And no, there's really not. I don't think Trilogy Arcade was ever ported to a console adaptation or anything. I'm pretty sure to this date, the only way you can play it is on a cabinet. As a kid, that game was fantastic.
I remember playing that one all the time up at the Old Famous Players in the Oshawa Center. Oh, I mean,
it was so immersive. It was so freaking immersive. I mean, the seat was cool. The whole cabinet, the specialty design and what have you. The different levels. You beat one. I think what was it? I think you got to fight Boba Fett. I think you got to fight Vader.
I hear you, man.
I mean, I was a kid the last time I played this game, so I don't think I've ever done a full playthrough of it or beat it or anything like that. Quarters and all that, but
I just
freaking fast.
There's a place I miss. Famous Players at the OC. I remember you'd take the escalator up or you climb the stairs, but it was almost like this. You're going like if you're on the escalator, you're going up, and the first thing you're gonna see is the arcade as you arrive at the top, and then the popcorn off to the food area off to the left, and big mistake getting rid of that place. I absolutely loved it, and I loved playing that game there. Quickly, before we get to the Death Watch, we're going to go around the table here. I'm going to let each one of you guess what you think my first Star Wars game was. Kieran?
How old are you?
32.
Holy shit!
Shut up.
Was it the Rogue Squadron that was for 64?
Oh, way, way, way earlier than that, my friend. Johnny, how about you?
I'll
give you a hint. You played it too.
That's not helpful.
You played my copy of it.
Which is why I'm going to say it's Super Empire.
Close, but not quite. Thaden?
Is it Super Star Wars?
Closer, but no. Tommy?
I mean, that kind of narrows it down, doesn't it? What was the Jedi adaptation?
It would have been Super Return of the Jedi, but no, that's not it.
Really?
Oh. So mine was the Game Boy adaptation, the original Game Boy of Star Wars. You'd fly around in Luke's or you'd zoom around in Luke's little land speeder, and you'd sort of do a couple of the levels that were in Super Star Wars, but it sort of had its own game, and you'd get all the way to the end, and like the fucking the trench run was basically impossible because you're looking on a screen this big, and it's like, oh my god, how do I do this? And it was so hard.
Is this on the old school big old?
Oh yeah, the gray one.
Game Boy.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep, I had that in Terminator 2 for like forever. ever. They were the 2 games I had, and then finally got like Pokemon Yellow.
Game.
Oh man, I'm dating myself here. So
As long as I keep reminding myself that you've got a few months on me, I'm good.
That's just not nice. Ladies and gentlemen, though, without further ado, that means it's time for the Death Watch.
I claim this sword and my rightful place as leader of Deathwatch.
All right. This week's Quizmasters are Tommy and Thaden, which means it's Sean versus Kieran versus Johnny in the Death Watch. The way it works is everybody will have 20 seconds to answer their questions. While answering their questions, they have to have their hands up in the air to show that they're not cheating or using Google. You can have 1 repeat. You have to ask the repeat before the time is up, or else you don't get it. Once they repeat the question, you will have 10 seconds to give your answer. I believe before it was only 5, but I don't think that's enough. So basically, you're going to have 30 seconds to answer a question, 20 at the beginning, and then you can ask for a repeat of 10. Now, Johnny won last week, did he not?
Last week.
No, Kieran did. So Kieran, so what's going to happen here is Tommy or Thaden have picked a number between 1 and 10, and one of us will have to land that number, but Kieran will get to go first. Kieran?
Sorry, wait. Oh, I get to pick a number first.
Between 1 and 10, yeah.
Yeah, 6.
No? Keep going? I don't know. Nobody's saying anything. I'm assuming keep going. Johnny?
8.
3.
2.
5.
9. This is ridiculous.
0.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to pick the number?
I picked one in my head.
Okay.
Okay, because I was pulling the questions
and
up.
it was before. Yeah, no.
Okay, Johnny?
1.
10.
This doesn't make sense.
7.
That's what someone said.
We literally have to have gone through the whole.
Yeah.
All right,
let's do it again.
Oh my
I
god.
pulled the questions up. I wasn't
I might
involved in
have
this.
missed someone saying the number because I was
Oh
also
my!
pulling
You
questions
literally
up at the
had
same
to
time.
have.
Yeah.
What was the number? What was the
I didn't
number?
hear 4.
No, no one said
No,
4.
nobody said 4.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Wow.
Somebody had to. Didn't they? I mean,
think
no,
you
I guess
guys
not
might have
because
said the
Kieran
same
picked
thing.
0.
So, you know,
I guess that was literally the only
we're
number
just
left.
no, we're gonna give Kieran the number. He would have been next up. So Kieran, you got 4.
No, it would have been you because I had 1, so you would have actually been next.
Oh, okay. Well then, just
Yeah.
I did just say before we went off,
Doesn't matter.
nobody guessed 4, and then
let's give it to Kieran. I'm okay with giving it to Kieran. So Kieran,
I'm good with that.
you need to pick category. Sorry, no, you need.
Wait. We got to make the categories. I'm typing it to you now, Tommy.
You have to make the
So
category.
you guys
Well,
were
we have to
not
pick the
ready.
numbers for them.
the numbers.
Yeah.
Johnny and I
Okay,
still need
it's
to
on
pick
record.
between. Johnny and I need to pick between 1 and 10. 1 and 10 to see who goes second.
Okay, I'll get a number in my head. Go ahead. For a second.
Johnny, go ahead.
4.
6.
Yes.
5.
It's 6.
Okay.
Yes. All right. You guys got the categories listed?
Yeah. So, Kieran, pick your number from 1 to 3.
I will pick 3.
I guess we don't say yet, do we?
I will pick 1.
3,
I
1,
guess I
and
get 2.
Johnny has 2. So, Kieran, you've got games. Sean, you've got books.
Oh
and
my God!
Johnny's
Again?
got movies.
Again?
I'm okay with
Protest!
this.
I didn't do the books this time. No, I didn't do the books this time.
Oh, wonderful!
That's
Wonderful!
not helpful.
Hang on, let me
Tommy,
go.
Might
Tommy
be.
picks Scholastic.
I'm gonna Google
characters.
Scholastic books really quickly here.
I think
Unbelievable.
that would go against the no Google rule.
Unreal.
That's true.
Kieran, do you want to go first, second, or third?
I'll go first.
All right. I'll go second. Johnny can go third.
Okay, so Kieran games. I got that? Yeah, okay.
Bullshit.
Tommy, you read the first one.
Okay.
For games.
We're talking games? Okay. I should have really ordered this better. That's the movies. Wow, I really should have worded this better.
Games are way up there.
Oh my God,
in the
this is
Facebook thing.
Yeah, well, I didn't do a good job with this.
I forgot how complicated organizing this is.
Make sure one of the hosts is capable of organization skills.
Do.
Do we have a question?
Okay. I found it. But
I'm only seeing the one on my end.
Boba Fett.
that one. Read that one.
Thank you. Sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
It was way up there. Okay. Sorry about all the confusion.
That was the one I was looking at. Okay.
I know we have 3. We're good.
Okay. I was a Sith Lord featured in the Old Republic. I aspired to become the voice of the Emperor. I would be killed by my apprentice. Who am I?
Darth Malgus.
No.
I didn't play the Old Republic.
Yeah, no.
We should all be playing that.
Yeah, that game is great.
We're waiting on you guys for those playthroughs.
I'm almost 10 minutes of Republic too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would love to have time.
Anyone want to say the answer?
Well, somebody say it.
Does anyone else have a guess?
Nope.
Just for fun?
I got
I
nothing.
don't get bonus points, so I'm not guessing. I'm not wasting my brain energy.
Scourge.
That's
You
fair.
know who it is?
Scourge, whatever his name is.
No, it was
he's not dead.
Barris.
Tommy?
It was Barris.
Yeah,
All right,
that guy.
let's get to the next question, assuming you guys actually have it.
Yeah. Tommy, it's you again. It's books for Sean.
Yay.
I have none of the book ones.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
didn't
looking at that.
Okay, good.
While I exist in both Star Wars timelines, I am rather undeveloped in the current canon in comparison to Legends. I'm a Sith Lord that originated from the Outer Rim world, Apatris. I was killed in a duel on Ambria. Who am I?
Darth Bane.
Surprised you got that.
Hot
I guess the
damn.
first who was the only one really that was helpful.
The home
You were
world.
at like 0.1 seconds, so good job.
The home world gave it away.
I would
Really?
Not
You
There
remembered
aren't-
that? Cool.
There
Yeah.
aren't exactly any other characters born in there.
That's not a planet that I remembered.
It's not technically a
That
planet,
might have
is it?
been confusing. I don't remember. That's the point. Well,
Fuck you and your books.
okay.
I hope he
so-
picks a scholastic character for you next after that.
Hey, that
Round
was
to
still a hard-worded question. I mean, I only knew it from that. So, although the underdeveloped, it had to be him or Plagueis, and when they said he died in a duel and not on Coruscant, then
That's what gave it away to me, not the homeworld planet.
I just wouldn't have got that one necessarily. So, on to Johnny for movies. I almost read the name because it's written before the clue.
You should do that. You should definitely do that.
No, I'm not gonna.
I wouldn't mind if you did,
Right.
at least for my questions.
Okay, so the first time it's movies and shows and stuff for all of these. I'm gonna add that. The first time I appeared was on a planet of sand. I would then help a member of a group of which I had spoken. Once a slave, I'd be killed for someone I believed in while trying to escape.
What? What? Repeat it.
Okay. The first time I appeared was on a planet of sand. I would then help a member of a group of which I had spoken. Once a slave, I would be killed for someone I believed in while trying to escape. Trying to escape evil.
Could be a couple.
Yeah.
5 left. 4, 3,
Let's
2,
ballpark Shmi.
1. It is Queel from The Mandalorian.
Fuck.
I put the I had spoken in there. I didn't want to emphasize it like Kieran did because it made it way too obvious.
Yeah, maybe you could have done that and it would have been helpful. Because the rest
You
of that
didn't
was
want to
so
say I had
ambiguous.
mauled them?
Yeah. He was once a slave and he was killed for someone, the baby Yoda, he believed in while trying to escape from those guys and the planet.
You know what pisses me off most about that?
Remember,
he was the answer to my overtime question last week that didn't get used.
Oh.
remember,
Yeah,
there was not any of those questions that got answered, those ones that I made hints on. Nobody answered any of those right.
Except
the
Maul.
Qui-Gon one.
No.
Yes,
No, the
that was the
Qui-Gon
overtime
win.
question that won the game.
Yeah.
That question was for Tommy, and he got it wrong, wasn't
He
it?
got it right
He got
because
it
that was
right.
the overtime question that
You
won the game.
screwed us! You screwed us, you Habs fan!
Oh, okay. I guess it was the other ones. I added one of those
Yeah, the
clues
other
in
one.
every question.
Not like that.
All right, so after round 1, the score is 1-0 for the good guy.
That's just wrong.
All right, round number 2.
So back to Kieran.
We're ready for games question 2, right?
Games question 2, yes.
Okay. I appeared in Knights of the Old Republic 2. I was a Quarren crime lord affiliated with the Exchange. I was killed by Goto's bounty hunters. Who am I?
That's tough. I haven't
I don't
played
have
it.
it.
10.
I won't get it, even with a repeat or extra time. I won't get it.
No.
Visquis.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten
Yeah.
that either.
Yeah.
I would have
I
had to
wasn't
play it
going to get that
recently.
name.
It was a toughie.
Good question, though.
I have debated including it, but y'all surprised me before.
No, I remember the character too. I just for
Yeah, for
not the name.
sure.
It doesn't come in.
Okay. So, Sean's next one, which is also you, Tom.
Okay. A little more. Here we go.
Sean, you don't look excited.
Just trying to show my
Waiting
hands.
for the other shoe to drop.
I know.
I was a lover of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was killed during the Clone Wars. My Jedi apprentice would later, briefly, come under the counsel of Kenobi during his years of exile. Who am I?
Fucking scholastic book bullshit. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. I know it's in the Last of the Jedi series.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2.
You want to repeat? Okay. If my phone doesn't lock. I was a lover of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was killed during the Clone Wars. My Jedi apprentice would later, briefly, come under the counsel of Kenobi during his years of exile. Who am I?
Five, 4, 3, 2,
I don't have
1.
The answer was Siri Tachi. You know, I don't just pick characters who appeared in one of these tiny little scholastic books. The characters I pick normally appeared in like a book of books.
No, I mean, I can't say I haven't read them because I have. The Last of the Jedi series is actually a really, really good series, and it's just been a long time. I was probably 19 years old the last time I read it. Actually, my oldest guy just finished reading it, so.
They're great. They really are. Okay.
Alrighty. Johnny, it's your time to shine. I've lost more hands than I was born with. I had sought to prove myself to my master by killing Jedi, leading legions under my metal fist against them. The Jedi present at my death had tried to save me.
Really?
I feel like that's a bait question. Like, I feel like you're trying to make me answer it this way, but then you're going to be like, nope, sorry, it's somebody else.
10. 5, 4,
Repeat
3.
it. I need to know if I'm walking into a trap.
Okay. I've lost more hands than I was born with. I had sought to prove myself to my master by killing Jedi, leading legions under my metal fists against them. The Jedi present at my death had tried to save me. 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to say Anakin, but I don't think that's right, and it's pissing me off.
Is right.
Oh, thank God.
I wanted to make it sound like either Anakin or Grievous, because
that's where it was. Like I felt it was too obvious.
Yeah, that was also a thing, because I have some.
Wouldn't the correct answer be Darth Vader?
Well, he's Anakin and Darth Vader.
Are they not two different people?
No.
I mean, that's the story they try to tell you. Two different.
Just because
that's the same person on Wikipedia. It's the same article.
When he dies, he is Anakin at the very least.
If you, sir, can support Hayden Christensen as the ghost of Darth Vader, then
I don't. I support him as the ghost of Anakin Skywalker.
I'm gonna paraphrase Tommy and go fuck yourself.
They are still doing it that way, though. If you look at the latest Vader comic and the way they worded it, it says you get the point. That's cool. But I'm just saying, like Vader has this moment where he's at Padme's tomb, and he has a flashback to Mustafar, and it's worded as Vader watches Anakin Skywalker take on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, they want you to believe that the entity that's born, Darth Vader, is in fact almost like a completely different person than Anakin Skywalker, and that Vader consumes Anakin Skywalker. Hell, that's what Obi-Wan wants you to believe too.
If Anakin was gone, then Luke would have died and Vader would have survived Episode 6.
All right, let's keep going.
Darth Vader was actually a ghost like Exar Kun possessing Anakin. That's the new story.
That's, by the way, really softball question. Nobody was answering Grievous there.
Yeah. Well,
Obi-Wan
was one of those ones that seemed too obvious.
I couldn't get the death to sound like it might have been Obi-Wan without being too vague, so it could have been either.
See, the clue that kept getting me stuck was Legion. I stuck on that word, and I don't really know why.
In fact, I would say it's more likely to be Dooku than Grievous right up until you say...
metal hand and lost a bunch of hands.
Exactly. Well, I mean...
And I figured that's like the Grievous thing. He's known for like losing a lot of hands. And
I love the
question to kill Jedi.
I think Kieran's up round 3.
Yes. Oh, that's me this time. Let's find that. All right. Those who encounter me feel I corrupt the very air around me. I helped purge the Jedi from the galaxy. I fell a final time to the hands of a Jedi, but my body had gone far earlier.
Repeat? Sorry.
Those who encounter me feel I corrupt the very air around me. I helped purge the Jedi from the galaxy. I fell a final time to the hands of a Jedi, but my body had gone far earlier. 5, 4, 3, 2.
It's not Darth Sion, right?
No.
I thought that's what it was,
It
too.
is Darth Nihilus.
Nihilus, yeah.
Yeah. Because he lost his body a while ago.
It's just a mask, right?
Yeah. And robes and stuff.
Spooky.
Man, it would have been better this if I would have played Knights of the Republic 2.
Yeah.
Instead of 1.
I thought that one was easier. I'm glad it got you.
It was easier. I was actually getting mixed up with the names, and then I was like, no, it's Sion. And yeah. That's all right. The game ones will always get me. I'll always be better at the book ones or the movie ones, so.
All
right. On to Sean and Tommy's last question.
Sean, you missed the last one, but there's still a chance you can get this one. I was the Jedi apprentice of Sir Itachi. For a time,
it's a bad start.
I operated on behalf of the Empire and was even briefly an apprentice of Palpatine. I was killed by Darth Vader while operating with the Rebellion. Who am I?
Ten. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1.
Okay. I'm just going to go out of a limb here and try to say, remember my last hints from the last question, because I want you to get this one. I was the Jedi apprentice of Sir Itachi. For a time, I operated on behalf of the Empire and was even briefly an apprentice of Palpatine. I was killed by Darth Vader while operating with the Rebellion. Who am I?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The name was Ferris Olin. We actually just talked about him, I think, on last week's show. Briefly. We might not even have named him, but we did talk about him briefly.
If you say so.
We did. Ferris Olin was the Jedi apprentice who actually caused Kenobi to leave his exile on Tatooine briefly.
We did talk about that at some point.
You know what's probably dead? Tommy's time as Quizmaster.
Speaking of,
y'all are
I've got
just
one more.
Because I get creative.
So, the last one, Johnny. I trained in what was once the Empire. My only true fight was up close with a traitor. I was killed by a shot. My only true fight on screen.
Does the character even have a name?
Say who it is if you know. 10.
Oh, TR8R.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't have a name.
If you said
that's not an official name, is it?
Traitor!
Yeah.
That's the only name the Empire ever gave.
It is, and yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Could have been Phasma if you didn't listen to the last hint.
I mean, that's a hell of a pull, but
Traitor!
Wasn't it the First Order?
It's the First Order, yeah. He said
the First Order is not the Empire.
It was the Empire.
It was formerly the Empire. I mean, I think that was the point of his question, was that it's not the Empire anymore.
I read literally all the canon books. It was.
Oops.
It's a sad day.
I disagree, but...
Yeah. Sad day for two of you.
I'm debating what to do to Tommy B still.
What did I do? I tried to help you with that last one.
Tommy, you should just make up a book sometime and see if he accepts it.
Just make up
For
a
the
book,
record?
like make a fake Star Wars book.
Yeah, just be like, it was Cheddar Master Flynn Flon. You didn't know that?
For the record, he actually does have an actual name.
Starts citing fan fiction.
He does?
This is a StarWars.com article. FN2199, aka TR8R.
Well,
the
if you knew
stormtrooper
that would have
behind
been
him. Well, Google tells me this because it's right there on my phone. See?
Yeah.
His name was Nines. His friends called him Nines.
Sorry, apologies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Dayton, where can everybody find you at, man?
The internet on Rogue Sons, most of all. Just listen to that every week. Just search up Rogue Sons on any podcast thing. It's me and Kieran. We just talk about fun Star Wars stuff.
Kieran, where can everybody find you at, man?
I mean, the same, but I actually plan on posting a lot more on our Fandom Empire Den and some of the other stuff. I want to get kind of more into with the fans here of our podcast. So you'll see me.
We'll see him somewhere. He just froze. But no, all right. Tommy B, where can everybody find you at, man?
You can catch me hanging around our Facebook groups and pages. Fandom Empire Den, especially our group for the channel. If you want to catch me on other platforms, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TommyB1650.
All right, and Johnny, how about you?
You can find me here. And on my Twitter, that may or may not one day actually get used more than once every, what do you call it, 3 weeks out of them? I don't know. But
a fortnight and a week?
Well, no, that's 2 weeks, so it's not a fortnight.
A fortnight and a half.
A fortnight and a half. 7 years. I don't know. On my Twitter at Fandom_McMahon. Maybe if I get enough followers, I'll start actually using it.
Well, in order to get followers, you got to use it. So,
I know, right? Isn't it dichotomy?
You can check us out: Instagram, Fandom Empire Now, CampHaddonfieldPodcast, and Star Wars IRB. On Twitter, it's Fandom Empire Now, at SWRenegades, and at Star Wars IRB. Don't forget that I get it, this is not Star Wars, but we launch our Indiegogo campaign very, very soon for Haddonfield the Vanished, our sequel to Halloween 4. We shot a teaser this weekend. Lots of work going into that by several different people, and it's a lot of fun. So that thing's up and running, and you can catch Fandom Empire live this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Supernatural Revisited is on hiatus for now, but we will be reviewing new episodes as they come out in the month of October and November, the final episodes. Much in the same, we'll be reviewing the Mandalorian episodes. So for Kieran, Thaden, Johnny, and the scholastic book fucker down there, this is Sean. We'll see you next time. May the Force be with you all, except for Tommy, who needs to fall down a wormhole. Good night, everybody.